Pope Francis will return to Africa to visit 3 countries. Despite Mauritius, the citizens of Mozambique and Madagascar are among the societies with the lowest purchasing power in the world. The situation in Madagascar is well known to Paula. For more than 15 years, she has dedicated her life to the children and women of this country. It is important to keep in mind that they became independent in 1960 from a very strong colonialism. Even today I see people who were slaves and children of slaves. I embrace them because it is touching. Paula says when she went to Madagascar for the first time as a volunteer, she was shocked to see the living conditions of the youngest and women. Although she was an oculist and at that time had little experience in international business management, she decided to launch and promote social projects. This was not only to help people, but also to give them work. She invested all her resources and now 16 years later has built a health center, a shelter for children, a center for the social promotion of women, and much more. First I rented a little old house. I renovated it and there I took in street children. I also gave work to the local people, especially the women. This is because African women are the ones who carry all the burden. So I started building the first house. And when that went well, I sold everything my parents gave me and used what I earned to build another house. Paula's work has allowed volunteers like Andrea, a nurse, to come to Madagascar. He says he will never forget the sanitary and hygienic conditions he saw in the north of the country. We have seen many abandoned children looking for medicines. What you realize is although we did a lot, we didn't do enough. It is necessary the Pope comes to Madagascar to keep alive and awaken the humanity that is being lost there. The Pope, the leader of the Church, can go anywhere. However, in my opinion, when one has many children, one should dedicate oneself to the poorest, the sickest, and the most needy. Pope Francis, who is the father of the Church, should first go and embrace these children. You cannot imagine how much they want it. You think about how every year there are cyclones, people dying, villages flooded, and the world doesn't know about it. What surprises them the most is this indifference of the world, and that they are not taken into consideration. Paula hopes to perform 2 songs composed by the children she hosts. One is this, a prayer composed by her. Madagascar was only visited by a pope in 1989. 30 years have now passed and the country is still one of the poorest. The biggest problem for its 25 million inhabitants are droughts and climate catastrophes.